Cabinet colleagues, Minister of State with the Ministry of Personnel, Shri V. Narayan Swamy, Shri T.K. Nair, Shri Shiv Shankar Menon, Shri Pulak Chatterjee, Shri Ajit Seth, Shri Sanjay Kothari, former Cabinet Secretaries, members of the Union Public Service Commission, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I am very happy to be with you today as you begin your deliberations on the occasion of the 8th Civil Services Day. In these inaugural remarks, I wish to make a few points about the topics on your agenda. I also propose to touch upon some issues that are not a part of the agenda, but which I feel are of particular relevance to the functioning of our civil services in the present difficult times. But let me first congratulate the bright civil servants whose work we have honored today. India's rapid progress depends critically on our ability to be innovative and enterprising in a diverse range of areas, particularly in the field of public administration. I am very happy that we have recognized the innovation and enterprise these civil servants have shown in finding practical, pragmatic solutions to various problems. We need more creativity of this time, and we need to build an environment in our country where creativity, entrepreneurship, and enterprise are encouraged and amply rewarded. While on this subject, I would also like to compliment the Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances for bringing out a compilation of 14 good governance initiatives from various parts of our country titled Thinking Out of the Box. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings me to the issue of the collective capability of our civil services to be innovative in their approach to solving problems and to think out of the box. This is also broadly the first subject on the agenda of this conference. Making the civil services fit for future requires efforts in many dimensions, some of which are listed in the papers that have been circulated. I would, however, confine myself to making some general remarks on this issue. In the last 2 decades or so, the role of government has undergone a major transformation in many sectors of the economy. We have moved far away from the command and control economy of the earlier time. Ensuring good governance and managing the economy today are extremely complex tasks. How to ensure that our civil services have the required sets of skills to manage this complexity is a major challenge before us. I would urge you to consider ways and means of meeting this challenge. I would also like to emphasize here that officers in the civil services need to be provided top-class training early in their careers to equip them with the tools necessary to understand the underlying logic and complexity of governance and having good systems in place. Another issue that will determine how fit the civil services are for the future is whether we have an effective system in place to incentivize innovation and remove inefficiency. We could perhaps learn from best practices across the world how such a system could be evolved. Ladies and gentlemen, I understand that you will also be discussing ways and means of addressing the challenges in delivery of public services. Providing access to basic services to our people is one of the primary responsibilities of any modern government. Our citizens need access to quality education, quality health services at affordable cost, provision of safe drinking water, sanitation, and so on. And in providing these services, we have to take special care of the needs of those sections of society which are socially and economically backward and underprivileged. We must recognize that we have a lot of work to do to bring the delivery of some of our basic public services up to the requisite standards. I am happy that we have made good progress in putting in place a legal framework which would help us in improving matters. The right of citizens for time-bound delivery of goods and services and redressal of their grievances Bill 2011 is under consideration of our Parliament. This, when enacted, will give our citizens the right to receive specified goods and services in a time-bound manner. It is encouraging that several states have also taken the initiative to enact similar laws for their own states. Our government has also made sustained efforts to curb corruption, enhance transparency and accountability in the work of public authorities. There are several legislative initiatives that we have taken in this regard. For example, the Right to Information Act, the Lokpal and Lokayukta Bill, and the Whistleblower Protection Bill. These are intended to also help in improving the standards of delivery of public services in our country. However, in a country as diverse and as complex as ours, we cannot always find standardized solutions for improving the delivery of public services across various regions and states. These solutions would often have to be area specific and would depend on a host of local factors. We also need to make full use of new and modern technology, not only in the delivery of public services, but in governance in general. A good example of such use is the Aadhaar program for providing all the residents of our country a unique identity, and also the direct benefits transfer scheme based on Aadhaar numbers that our government launched a few months back. The direct benefits transfer scheme now covers 121 districts of our country. It will lead to better targeting of subsidies and reducing delays in the delivery of benefits such as scholarships and pensions to the intended beneficiaries. It would also help in curbing wastages and leakages and result in greater financial inclusion. I think it is also important to recognize the fact that the programs like the direct benefit scheme also give a sense of empowerment to our people, increase their faith in the processes of governance, and therefore have a far larger positive effect than can be measured by the direct advantages they confer. I would urge those of you who are involved directly or indirectly in the implementation of the direct benefits transfer scheme to ensure that the scheme is a success.